On the same weekend that KSW 38 goes down from Poland, former promotional light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz looks to gain momentum stateside when he takes on fellow top 15 ranked fighter Pat Cummins in Buffalo, New York. Following a stunning first-round TKO finish in Swedish standout Ilir Latifi in his official debut at UFC Fight Night 53, the 34-year-old Blachowicz has struggled to find consistency within the octagon. Decision losses to fighters such as Alexander Gustafsson and Jimmy Manuwa show exactly how durable and talented the Polish fighter is. However, he'll need to put together some big wins against lower-ranked fighters if he hopes to reestablish himself as a contender at 205 pounds. Returning to the cage for the first time in nearly a year following a nasty staph infection that temporarily put him on the sidelines, is former two-time Division I All-American Patrick Cummins. Known for his superior athleticism and wrestling skills, Cummins has felt the same hardships as his opponent, Blachowicz, coming up short in his efforts to crack into the top 5 of the division. However, it's the nature in which he loses that separates both fighters. In 3 career losses, the Polish-born fighter has never been stopped, while the American has been knocked out cold in all 4 of his UFC defeats. When Patrick Cummins is on, he can be a threat to almost anybody in the division, but with Blachowicz holding the edge in all-around durability, the longer this fight goes, the more chances he will have to test the chin of the 36-year-old wrestler. Former lightweight standout Miles Jury makes his second trip to the featherweight division this Saturday when he takes on MMA Lab representative Mike De La Torre. Once the owner of a shining 15-0 pro record, Michigan's Miles Jury looks to get back into the win column following a quick submission loss to Charles Oliveira in a fight that saw DuBronx miss weight by 5 pounds. Jury would take more than a year off following the setback, but now looks to regain the form that saw him start his UFC career off at 6-0. With wins over big-name fighters such as Michael Johnson, Diego Sanchez, and Takanori Gomi, the 28-year-old is still young in the fight game and can easily be a factor in his new home at 145 pounds with a few good performances. A 10-year veteran of the sport, Mike De La Torre has had a tough run so far in his career, often traveling to opponents' backyards to compete. Since debuting with the UFC in 2014, he's fought in Canada, Brazil, and South Korea, twice beating the hometown favorite, including a huge knockout victory over Thiago Trator. Now returning to the U.S. to compete for the first time in nearly 2 years, De La Torre always brings an exciting fight style and can never be overlooked. Two of the most tenured fighters on the card square off when former middleweight title challenger Patrick Cote takes on former welterweight title challenger Thiago Alves. Making his 21st career walk to the octagon, Canada's Patrick the Predator Cote has been competing in the UFC since a short-notice debut against former light heavyweight champion Tito Ortiz at UFC 50 back in 2004. Now, nearly 13 years later, Cote is still going strong as he enters the cage for the 34th time in his pro career. Long known for his all-around grit and toughness, the Quebec native has also shown a high degree of punching power, as highlighted by a pair of knockout wins over Ben Saunders and Josh Berkman last year. One of the more famous pit bulls to compete inside the UFC over the years, Thiago Alves returns to the welterweight division following an ill-advised attempt at 155. A potent striker who holds 9 of his 13 octagon wins by way finish, Alves is a human highlight reel when he's motivated and healthy. Now nearing his 34th birthday, the Brazilian-born fighter looks to make one last run at glory inside of the world's leading promotion, and a fun matchup with a fighter like Cote could be just what he needs if victorious.